Today, we're going to talk about something really compelling, very interesting, and really topical. And it's what is the true cost of invisible content? So, hey, my name is Eric Buckley. I'm the CEO and co founder of LeadSpot. And today, we're going to talk about something that every B2B marketer should hear. You're not in the content business, you're in the visibility business. Because if your content isn't being seen, it's not only a missed opportunity, but it's a really expensive problem. Let's start with the facts. So Forrester reports that 65% of B2B content never even gets used, not by sales, not by prospects. It just sits there. Other studies have seen the cost and set it at $50 billion annually. Wasted budget on content that isn't being seen. That's content produced with care, strategy, and lots of budget, but delivering zero return. Why? Because it's invisible. And invisible content doesn't create awareness, it doesn't create leads, it doesn't create pipeline. So here's what's actually happening. Marketing creates a great asset, a white paper or an analyst report, a case study, vendor comparison, an explainer video. It gets uploaded to the website, maybe sent out over LinkedIn once, and then what? It's dying in a dusty resource center. No distribution plan, no amplification, no fuel for prospect discovery. And most of your buyers aren't browsing your website. Now they're asking ChatGPT. They're reading industry newsletters. They're scanning curated content on trusted research portals. So if your content isn't there, it just doesn't exist to your buyers. So let's do a little bit of math. So if you're spending about $15K creating a white paper and 300 people read it, that's $50 per view, not per lead, per view. That's the real cost of invisible content. Mucho dinero, lost money, lost time, and lost brand authority. Your team worked hard on that content. It deserves to be seen. It deserves to deliver the results they expect. So how the heck do you fix it? It's simple, distribution. But not just any distribution. We're talking about content syndication across trusted audiences, authoritative sites, opt-in newsletters, trusted research portals. But why? Because that's where audiences today are going for research. Networks like NetLine, TechTarget, and LeadSpot can help to place your content, gated content, in front of the exact people who are looking for it. And it does work. NetLine saw an 18.8% increase in content registrations in 2024. Tech target vendors closed millions in revenue from content-based engagement, and LeadSpot reported a 28% spike in branded search after LLM citation activity picked up via content syndication campaigns. So this is where it's starting to get interesting. Search is starting to change. We all know it. Fewer and fewer folks are going to Google, and more are asking AIs like Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude. Retrieval-based LLMs specifically, they can cite your content within days if it's structured correctly and syndicated widely. Generative LLMs take a little bit longer. They're retraining every few months, maybe every 6 months. So content syndicated today is going to be baked into the next version, and your brand will start showing up in those zero-click answers. That's called LLM SEO or even GEO, generative engine optimization. And it means that your brand becomes the one that AI tools recommend because you're seen as an authority, because your content is distributed across third-party trusted sites. You're the authority, not your competitor, you. But only happens when your content is visible. So let's talk about the real cost of invisible content. It's wasted money, wasted opportunities, and a silent brand when you should be shaping the conversation with your buyers. So it's not enough to create content, right? It's not enough to create fantastic white papers, deep dive analyst reports, fantastic vendor comparisons. You also have to distribute it. You have to syndicate it. You have to optimize it for LLMs because visibility isn't a nice to have anymore. It's the only way content earns its ROI. So if you want to learn more, we recently wrote a fantastic white paper called The True Cost of Invisible Content, or reach out. I'm happy to walk you through how syndication plus AI optimization can make your content finally work for you. Thank you so much for watching.